lot to get across tonight. I'm joined now to do that. Sky News host and National Affairs editor at Daily Telegraph, James Morrow. And also joining me, One Nation Chief of Staff, James Ashby. Gents, welcome. I'll speak to a security expert in a moment about the increase in our terror threat levels. But I want to start with economic security concerns. These ones coming out, of course, from the US today. Stateside, weaker than expected employment data sparked concerns about a recession, causing a massive $100 billion sell-off on our stock exchange when markets opened this morning. Global financial player Goldman Sachs now says the probability of a recession's risen from 15 to 25%. Unemployment in the States has hit 4.3%. Doubts are growing too about the value of some big tech firms. James Morrow, first to you. The Democrats have been leaning pretty hard on growth as part of their big big re-election strategy, but that's now in jeopardy, isn't it, given the impact of job losses in the swing states that are already a hard ask for Kamala Harris?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've seen some really shocking jobs numbers out of the states, and job numbers, when you take them month by month and quarter by quarter, really do indicate that a recession is coming. Now, this comes after, as you say, the Democrats tried to wear the hat of responsible economic managers, but behind the scenes, of course, Congress and the Fed have all been pumping money into the economy to try and keep things moving, at least to the election. Now, it looks like this game of playing chicken, essentially, with the economy and the election, that's not going so well. And these unemployment numbers show that it's those people who are working class, those people without university degrees who are the hardest hit. These people will be in those swing states that Donald Trump is absolutely counting on, the Rust Belt states, the industrial heartland of the U.S., while Kamala Harris tries to pick up, the urban elite coastal swing states. So that's happening there. But at the same time, we're going to see a bloody day on Wall Street overnight. I think the NASDAQ futures are saying something like a 5 or 6% decline is tipped for when the market opens. So this is really bad news for the Democrats, but it's also really bad news, of course, for an awful lot of people who own shares in America and their retirements, and so many workers who are the victims of the way politics have been played with the American economy.
Yeah, this is really serious. It's dominated the headlines around the world. James Ashby here. Our Reserve Bank is already saying we could be on the brink of the next global financial crisis. You and I worked together during the last one. It was pretty horrific in there at Parliament House, trying to protect all of the Australian businesses and banks. We know we've got our bank, our RBA meeting tomorrow. Anyone with a mortgage is on tenterhooks. We've got runaway inflation. We've got big spending from the government. I always go here to the NDIS. It's pretty grim here in Australia too.
Yeah, I think the only stock I noticed today that really didn't fall was gold. Gold stocks seem to hold up pretty well. I was glad two of my companies did all right, but everything else, it was a bloodbath, and we aren't through the worst of it yet. It started last week. It's only going to continue. This is where our federal government need to recognise that a lot of our wealth is coming at the moment from the exports from mining and agriculture. If there is a downturn across the globe, God forbid that our housing stocks also take a hit, because that will then see dire straits hit so many families here, so many investors too, who provide roofs over the head of so many renters. So we've got a lot riding on this, and the old saying, when America sneezes and Australia catches the cold, didn't that stack up today? Really sad.